Alright, welcome back to UniXTCG. Today, we are actually doing a double drop in videos. Actually, technically a triple drop because later tonight, we are going to be streaming the Dragon Ball Super Fusion World open beta. That'll be about 30 minutes after drop, so I have time to install it and get set up. So I hope I see you guys there. With that being said, I want to set a like goal for this video, about 100. We are going to talk about my favorite cards out of the color red for both the starter decks and set 1 Awaken Pulse. We're going to do all the other colors, so just give it time. We'll be putting those up throughout the week. And yes, I will be at LA for Card Fest because I will be commentating Battle Spirit Saga's World Championship. And with that being said, let's hop into it. And if you really like Dragon Ball, want to support the brand, go over to UniXDD where I do all things Dragon Ball and give it a watch, give it a subscribe, and we'll keep growing from here. Let's get it. Alrighty then, so we are going to jump right into it. I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. I am showing the Son Goku SR from the starter deck, the red starter deck. So in this game, without counters, like the ability to just stop an attack outright, and by extension without floodgates that can turn off an entire turn, board management matters. If you're coming from Masters, you probably haven't felt this way since the first 4 or 5 sets of the game for the most part. Yes, getting rid of cards is important, but floodgates have also been able to kind of stem the tide. Now, if you're coming from One Piece, yes, you guys kind of already know board matters, except in Dragon Ball there's no limit. There is no 5 character limit. You can have as many battle cards you want, so when the board gets overstuffed, the board gets overstuffed. So tit for tat with your battle cards is very important. So this card comes into play for 5. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. It gains minus 20k power for the turn. You can see this guy already has 35k. So when you minus 20k and then you swing on this, that's going to be really able to get things out of the way. So multiple purposes. You can, when things go down to 0 battle power, they die. So you can minus 20k on something that's 20k or less as a removal, or you can soften something big up and then swing on it with a base 35k body. Either way, very good. And of course, having a double striker in the deck is also very good because you can just push lethal when your opponent's at 2 life and you swing in for game. So yeah, very simple, very straight to the point, but he's able to come down and just annihilate something. Also, being used in the U7 Goku deck from set 1, he is going to be at 40,000 because he will gain that plus 5,000 for being a U7. So very like that, very much so like that, very much so in love with this card. I think it does what it needs to do effectively. Board removal or potentially huge boss removal via swinging. The next card I want to get to is also from the starter deck. This is the God Kamehameha. It is a 2-cost permanent. When you have no battle cards, reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 1. And then activate main, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 30,000 power or less and KO it. Now, if you guys don't see where this is going, much like in One Piece and much like in Masters, red manipulates power. It usually minuses it, and its destruction is going to pay off based on the power. So when you have things like this, yes, that may read 30k, but there's a plethora of cards in red that are going to take down something's power by 10k, by 5k, by 15k, and then this card will be able to come in for 2 and just punish it. Also, in a pinch, you can use your energy way more effectively. Like instead of like, let's say you had a 35k that you wanted off the board, right? And you have a clear board. You could play something like the 1-cost Whis to minus 5k off of something. Then you can swing with your leader and combo the Whis from your field, boosting your leader up to 25k. Now that you have nothing else on the field, you can then cast this for 1 and then blow up a now 30k body off the field. And that's all about sequencing and how you use your effects. We're going to get a lot more into this as we get to do some more gameplay, but I do like this card for how raw it is at just spot removal. 30k is a very good threshold in this game and can touch most threats, and you can bring most threats within 30k. So the next one I'm going to talk to is Son Gohan Adolescence from set 1. This is our first set 1 card on here. It's a rare. Basically, he's Ultimate Gohan. Enough said. So we're going to move on to the next card. JK. Oh, yeah. So basically, he's a 3-cost 20k, and on play, choose all of your opponent's battle cards and to get minus 10k power for the turn. A lot of people don't understand how strong this is. You can play this guy onto an already pretty stacked board, and then everything is minus 2k, so you're able to now swing all of your battle cards into their battle cards that are now minus 10k, forcing them to come out of their hand more to protect, or just let their board get absolutely devastated. Also, in conjunction, you can play 2 of these guys right after one another, and they can just boop boop minus everything by a total of 20k, eradicating most of the field outside of some really heavy hitters. So this card is actually really powerful. I honestly think for 3 energy, the ability to soften up an entire field is crazy, and boasting a 20k body himself. Like, for instance, just by himself, if your opponent has a 20k that they just swung with last turn, you play this guy and then swing on their 20k with this 20k, actually if you're already awakened 25k, they pretty much just have to let it go to the grave. This is a very strong card, and it's deceptively simple, which I guess describes a lot of the cards in this game. But yeah, this is a very strong card, and I think its power level is perfect. And let's go on. So looking at this next one, this is an SR from the set. We've already seen this. I think this is our first revealed SR. But on play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 20k power or less and KO it. It's 3. So I think it's a 3 cost for 25k power. I think this is really cool. Good momentum play. Like I said, 20k is a pretty good threshold. A lot of the 3 drops in this game will get dropped by this 20k removal, and it's technically self-awakening. And mind you, with the right amount of like cards, like even on 6 energy is kind of a lot. That's kind of where some games you might stop charging depending on the deck. You might go up to 7, but let's say you're at 6 energy and you play a Gohan to minus everything by 20k or 10k. Then you play this Goku, all right, and you just don't take a life, but you blow up something that is now going to be minus 10. So even a 30k power can go down to 20k and then get smoked by this. I think this is a very good card for spot removal. And like I said, in this game, without counters and floodgates, you really do have to pay attention to what's on the board. And this card gets rid of blockers, this card gets rid of most 2Ks, and in a deck like Red, it is very easy to drop something down by 5k to meet that 25k threshold with this card. Self-Awakener as well, very nice. Get it thrown off the field, get closer to Awakening, or Awaken if you're on the right turn. I think this card is, again, just a simple but straightforward and powerful card. Also, you have to look at this gaining the U7 bonus from Goku being a 30k swinger after it does its thing. Now, this is the next card I'm going to talk about. This is a common, and so it's a little weird that it's on the list, but no, I love it. So this is a symbol representative of Universe 7. So activate main, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with Universe 7 and its special traits, and then add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in a random order. Now the random order is very interesting because in Dragon Ball Super, you can get down to the bottom of your deck. There are enough draws and, just like +1s to get there. However, this is causing you to not be able to know the order when you reach the bottom of your deck, and you definitely can in lots of these decks. So that's a very interesting thing. I've never really seen us have to shuffle cards and then put them at the bottom, but I suppose this is their way of not letting us shuffle the entire deck to potentially get into these cards again, but put the cards that we have to put down at the bottom without just kind of restacking them. Because in One Piece, certain decks can do that, and you start knowing exactly what cards you're going to draw, and it just really formulates that strategy more. Now, activate battle, your turn, choose your leader or up to 1 of your battle cards. It gains plus 15k power for the battle. The reason why this is on my favorites list is it is always usable. There is not a single time where this isn't live. If you need to search for a specific battle card, this has you. Or a specific extra card, because it just needs to find a Universe 7 card. So this has you. However, if you need to use it as a super combo of sorts, an activate battle to boost, you can too. And that is why I really like this card. It is never dead unless you are tapped out. That being said, yeah, it's very in line with the Universe 6 version, but the Universe 6 version simply isn't Universe 7. We don't have a Universe 6 leader, and so I prefer this card. But yeah, honorable mention to the Universe 6 one. Now, the next one, speaking of Universe 6, is going to be Hit. There's a lot of power in the 2 drops in this set. I will tell you that right now, and we will eventually see it as you go through more colors. But Hit is a 2-drop, 20k. When attacking, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards. It gets minus 5k power that turn. This is one of the things I'm talking about. The amount of damage you can do by just like playing out this card, swinging with it, protecting him. And then the next turn, playing out the Goku on 4. When you're on 4, play the Goku for 3, so you have 1 up for defense, maybe, depending on how the game goes. But you swing with this guy, take another life, okay? Minus something by 5. Play Goku, blow it up because it's now 20k. And then you're going to be able to take another card from your life to your hand. That's potential awakening depending on where you are right now. You're gaining cards, you're removing cards, you're adding swings. This is a great momentum card, and I really do like its ability to just go off and provide multiple avenues of advantage. You're swinging, you're going -5, you're gaining a card from your life to your hand. I like this hit. So, moving on to the next one. We have got Beerus. This Beerus card, it's a 5-drop, 35k power, very strong, 0 combo power, which is good because not all of your cards should have counter, especially when they're just very powerful. It's a critical threat, so 35k critical is very, very daunting. You're gonna have to counter combo quite a bit out of your hand to not take the damage. But on play, discard 1 card from your hand, choose all of your opponent's battle cards with 25k power or less and KO them. This is going to get rid of almost everything but boss cards. That's just straight up. Like, look at how many cards we've gone through already that don't have that threshold. This is going to get rid of pretty much most things that aren't boss cards. And then on top of that, if the game goes long enough, 8 energy is excessive. But if the game goes long enough, you can set up plays where you can tap 3 for Gohan, then tap 5 for Beerus, discard a card, and blow up everything that's 35k power or less. So I think this is just a very, very, very good card. A board wipe is very, very strong. A pseudo board wipe is very, very strong. And I do think that this is going to go a long way in red. It's also a Universe 7, so you will be able to search it off of the Assemble Representatives Universe 7, and he is going to go up to 40k with the Goku leader, so just be wary of that. And then the next card and the final card we're going to go to is the Goku Secret Rare. Now, I've seen some discourse about this. I've seen some people saying like, oh, this card is amazing. I've seen some people saying, oh, this card is mid. I think this card is amazing. For 4, you're going to get a 30k body. And this 30k body on play is going to minus something by 15k. And then when it KOs an opponent's battle card in battle, it's going to deal 1 damage to your opponent. If your opponent has anything turned sideways, you will minus it by 15k. You will minus their weakest card by 15k, or a card you want to get out of the way. Turn this guy sideways, and he should at this point in the game be a 35k body due to Goku's ability, and you are going to then attack it. They either have to ditch mad cards out of their hand, or they'll have to just, you know, actually just take the damage. So when it comes to facing U7, you will always have to be wary of this threat. When you're facing red in this opening set, you have to know that if you're at 1 life, it's not safe to turn things sideways unless you know you can defend them. And blocking won't help, because if you block, you're only changing the target to the blocker. It will be killed by battle, and then Goku will burn. So the lower your life gets, the more risky it is to turn things sideways without having a surefire way to stop them from getting KO'd in battle with like an activate battle. So this is a very, very good card. It starts pushing pressure immediately. It's going to be a 35 base, and on top of that, it's going to prey on your opponent's field. This is essentially, while again straightforward and simplistic, this is removal, burn, and a body all in one. For 4 energy, you are playing this card, a 35k body in the Goku deck, 30k in Beerus, and you're swinging with it. You're minus something by 15k and swinging with it. That could kill a small card, that could soften a bigger card, and then you're swinging on it, and then you're potentially KOing a battle, and if you do, bam. So this guy's either going to take mad cards out of your opponent's hand to stop them from taking the damage, he's going to remove a battle card from their side of the field and then burn them, or he's just going to flat out just do his thing. Like, this is a very, very strong card, and I cannot see this guy being played less than 3 in any red deck. Like, this is just a perfect card for what it's doing, and I really do think that yeah, this secret rare is a gas coming out in set 1. So with that being said, I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what your favorite cards in red are, if there were some in there that I did not list, but these are the ones that like I'm just so excited to play with when they come out, when the online client's in full swing, you know, when I'm testing before the game comes out. very much so excited to put these guys in work. So with that being said, I'm gonna head over to the Patreon appreciation page, and I will see you guys in the next video. Will it be One Piece? Will it be Fusion World? We will find out, but I will be doing a little backlog to upload while I'm in LA for Card Fest. So thank you guys, and stay tuned for the Patreon reel. What? Back twice in a day? Well, here we are again to give thanks to the people that go the extra mile for the UniX TCG channel. So thank you guys for signing up for the Patreon. Here we do articles that are a little too long to put into video format, and within the next month we will start putting up Dragon Ball Super Fusion World articles alongside the One Piece articles. We're gonna get these giveaways rolling, and I'll try to be more on top of it so we don't get an OP05 situation where it was impossible for me to find another box under $200. But yeah, look out for the new content, guys, when I'm done with Card Fest. And then one more time to give a special shout out to the Realm of Xers, the extra milers, the Beerus, the Brycears, and the Big Daddy Flapjacks of the world. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video or article later.